If you've been anywhere near the coding and AI space in the last few months, you've probably heard the name Hermes Agent thrown around. This thing has been shipping updates at a stupidly fast pace. New messaging platforms, a native desktop app, background sub-agents, a memory system that remembers what it did last week instead of starting from zero every session. It's gone from cool CLI tool a few people are testing to something that competes with the big hosted agent platforms, except you run the whole thing yourself. I've covered Hermes Agent a few times on this channel already, but today I want to pair it with something that just dropped and is making a lot of noise right now. That something is Kimi K3. Moonshot AI released this a few days ago, and the numbers are kind of ridiculous. We're talking about a 2.8 trillion parameter model, a million token contest window, and it's open source, which at this scale is still pretty rare. But the part that matters for us isn't the parameter count, it's what it's doing on the benchmarks that test real agent behavior. K3 came out on top in 4 separate categories, including Automation Bench, SpreadsheetBench 2, and Browse Comp. And those are tests of exactly the kind of work an agent like Hermes is built to do: browsing the web, manipulating real documents, chaining multi-step tasks together. So today, we're going to hook Kimi K3 up to Hermes Agent running on my own server. And I'm going to give it a handful of tasks that map directly to the benchmarks it's supposedly dominating. And we'll see for ourselves if the hype holds up. Before we get to that though, there's something we need to talk about. Running an agent like Hermes locally means giving it real access to your machine, your files, your accounts, sometimes even things like your Telegram or your email, depending on how you've configured it.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Whoa!
So it's safe to say that running that on your own laptop is a bad idea. If that agent misbehaves or a prompt injection sneaks in from something it read on the web, you're not just risking a chat session, you're risking your actual personal machine, which is exactly why I run Hermes Agent on a dedicated VPS on Hostinger, the sponsor of today's video. Just click my link in the description. Choose a plan. I recommend the KVM2 for the best bang for your buck. Pick your region, skip the manual Linux setup, and deploy Hermes Agent in one click using Hostinger's pre-built Docker template. Set your environment variables, confirm your plan, and you're good to go. Here's what makes it the best choice. Hermes Agent on Hostinger costs a fraction of hosted AI solutions. And unlike those, your API keys, learned skills, and conversation history stay completely on your own server. No throttling, no per agent fees, and your agent stays online 24/7 even when your laptop is off. Need more power as your agent grows? Scale your resources with a few clicks, no migration needed. Plans start at just a few dollars a month, and you can save even more with code CODEHEAD at checkout for an additional 10% off all yearly plans. All right, back to the fun part. Let's get Kimi K3 running inside Hermes. Here's the thing. K3's full open weights aren't actually out yet. They're scheduled to drop in a few days. So right now, the only way to get your hands on it is through an API. And if you go looking, you'll find it listed on providers like OpenRouter. But what you'll see there is straight pay-as-you-go pricing. $3 in, $15 out per million tokens. Totally fair pricing for what this model can do. But if you just want to kick the tires first, there's actually a way to try Kimi K3 for free through a gateway called ZenMux. Let me show you how I wired it to my Hermes agent. First of all, I need to create a ZenMux account. Then I need to top it up with some credits. But don't worry, you won't use those credits up if you stick with the free version of the model. It's just a way for ZenMux to avoid dealing with spam requests. I topped my account with $10 so we can test a paid model out later. Then inside the Hermes Docker container, I type Hermes model to get the model picker. Then I go to the custom endpoint section all the way at the end. Then I need to add ZenMux as a custom endpoint using the URL provided in their dashboard. I drop in my API key and point the model name straight at Kimi K3 free, which is the first option. And that's it. We have Kimi K3 running on Hermes Agent for free. Now, free tiers on these gateways always come with a catch, usually a rate limit. So I'm not going to throw some massive multi-step cask at it right out of the gate. Instead, let's give it something that's hard to pull off well in one uninterrupted shot, but doesn't need a ton of back and forth tool calls to get there. I'm going to ask it to build a complete playable snake game. Full game loops, scoring, restart logic, all in a single HTML file. No verification, no back and forth, just write it and stop. And there it is. After some thinking and coding, we've got an actual playable snake game sitting in a file on the server. I'll pull it down and open it right here so you can see it's not just code that looks right, it actually runs. That's a solid one-shot result for a completely free model. And it tells you a lot about how capable K3 is even before we start spending real money on it. It can also tell you how I suck at this game.
Stupid. They're not.
Okay, now that we've had our fun with the free tier, let's move to the good stuff, the paid tier, where we don't have to worry about rate limits and can really push this thing. I'm going to run through 4 tasks, each one designed to mirror one of the benchmark categories Kimi K3 topped. First up, SpreadsheetBench, which was one of the categories Kimi K3 posted its strongest results in. I've handed it a genuinely messy sales spreadsheet, inconsistent date formats, duplicate rows, currency values written 3 different ways, and a couple of obvious data entry errors mixed in. I'm asking it to clean the whole thing up and flag anything that looks wrong. Here's the exact prompt I use. You can pause and read it. I will drop all prompts I used in the comment section, so be sure to check them up. Side by side, that's the raw file, and that's what it handed back. Dates normalized, currency cleaned up, duplicates gone, and it actually flagged the outlier rows instead of keeping or deleting them, which is exactly the kind of judgment call that trips up a lot of models on this type of task. Next, let's test the browse comp angle, which is all about live web research and synthesis, rather than just regurgitating training data. I'm going to ask it to check the current price of an RTX 5070 GPU across a few different retailers, and tell me which one's the cheapest right now, live, using real browsing. And there's the answer. As you can see, it was pulled straight from current listings. Here is the Best Buy webpage containing our PNY RTX 5070 at $629. That's the kind of task that separates a model that's agentic from one that just sounds confident. Third, the one I think best represents what Automation Bench is actually testing, I've got Hermes wired into my Telegram already from previous videos. So if you want to know how to do that, check out these 2 videos. So I'm asking it to check the price of a PNY RTX 5070 again and save it to a JSON file in the data folder, which it does. Then, to simulate a price hike, I will log into the Hermes terminal and manually change the price from $629 to $599. And after that, I will tell Hermes to check on the price online again and notify me via Telegram if any changes occur. And as you can see, as soon as it noticed the price hike, Hermes sent me a message on Telegram and informed me of the price change and logged it in the CSV file. So it's basically a comparison logic, cross-app notification, and the logged record all handled without me touching anything after I sent the prompt. And finally, the one I've been saving for last because it's honestly the most fun. Kimi K3 has been putting up strong numbers in coding benchmarks in general, so I wanted to see how far I could push that in one uninterrupted shot. I asked it to build a full 3D browser game from scratch, a spider-powered hero swinging between buildings using a grappling web, physics-based momentum, basic scoring, intentionally rough low-poly graphics so the single file that will hold all the logic doesn't get too big. No back and forth, no verification, just write it and see what happens. And after a few minutes of thinking and coding, we've got an actual playable 3D game, running in a browser tab built from one prompt. The graphics are exactly as rough as I asked for. The swing mechanic isn't AAA level yet, but it works just fine. And for something generated start to finish in one prompt, that's really impressive. Okay, so to summarize, across 4 very different tasks mapped straight to the benchmarks it's supposedly winning, Kimi K3 held up. It's not perfect, and I'd still push back on anyone calling it flat out free, because what you're getting is a limited free tier on a third-party gateway, not free access to the model itself. But paired with something like Hermes Agent running on your own server, this is a capable combination, especially if you hook it up to a messaging platform like Telegram, and one that costs a fraction of what you'd expect for this level of output. If you want to try the setup yourself, everything I used today, the ZenMux Kimi K3 model link, the exact prompts I used, and the hosting or setup for running Hermes safely off your local machine is linked below. Let me know in the comments which of these 4 tasks impressed you the most, and I'll catch you in the next one.